Discipline over display means choosing to focus on the effort behind the scenes rather than the attention that comes from showing it. Many people are quick to share what they are doing or announce their plans before those plans are even close to becoming reality. While it might feel rewarding to receive encouragement or recognition early, it can also distract from the real work that needs to be done. Discipline requires waking up each day with a commitment to consistent action, even when no one is watching, even when no one claps, and even when progress is invisible to others. It is about creating habits that lead to growth rather than moments that lead to temporary praise. Those who practice this understand that the most important victories happen privately, during the hours spent learning, improving, and refining their craft. The work that is done quietly, away from an audience, builds the foundation for results strong enough to eventually be noticed without having to be announced. Letting actions speak louder means allowing what you do to define who you are rather than relying on what you say about yourself. Words can be easily spoken, promises can be easily made, and intentions can sound impressive, but they hold little weight without evidence to back them up. When someone commits to working quietly and consistently, their progress naturally becomes visible over time without the need for self-promotion. Real achievements don't require explanations or announcements. They are noticed because they create tangible impact. People are more likely to respect and believe in someone who consistently delivers results than someone who spends energy trying to convince others of their abilities. By focusing on the work instead of the recognition, you allow your accomplishments to become undeniable proof of your effort, which is far more powerful than any statement you could make. Patience in the process means understanding that meaningful achievements take time and cannot be rushed without compromising their quality. Growth often happens slowly, and progress may not be visible at every step. There are moments when the effort feels endless and the results seem distant, but that is when patience becomes most important. Instead of constantly seeking quick rewards or shortcuts, staying committed to the daily work builds resilience and depth. Every small action, even the ones that feel insignificant, contributes to long-term success. By trusting the process rather than demanding instant outcomes, you develop the ability to stay focused despite delays, setbacks, or doubts. This patience allows you to build something lasting rather than something that fades as quickly as it appears. Avoiding external noise means learning to separate your focus from the constant opinions, distractions, and pressures that surround you. The world is filled with voices, some cheering you on, some doubting you, and others trying to influence what you should do next. If you allow all of that to dictate your actions, your energy gets scattered and your progress slows. Staying centered requires filtering out what doesn't align with your goals and concentrating only on what truly matters to your work and growth. External noise can come in the form of criticism that discourages you, or even praise that tempts you to stop pushing forward too soon. By ignoring both extremes, you protect your focus and maintain control over your path. Success requires clarity, and clarity can only exist when you are not constantly reacting to every voice around you, but instead listening to your own purpose. Building substance rather than image means prioritizing real capability and depth over appearances or superficial impressions. It is easy to create a version of yourself that looks successful on the surface through words, social media, or staged moments, but that image cannot replace the value of genuine skill, knowledge, and perseverance. True strength comes from what you have actually learned, mastered, and achieved, not from how well you can present yourself to others. When the focus is on developing real competence, the results will eventually make themselves known without any need to manufacture attention. Substance ensures that when opportunities arise, you are prepared to deliver, while an image without substance will eventually collapse under pressure. Consistent effort, honest growth, and a commitment to improving what truly matters build a foundation that lasts, even when trends or opinions change. Results are the real voice, because they provide undeniable proof of the effort, discipline, and persistence that went into achieving them. Words, explanations, or promises can only go so far before they lose their weight, but tangible outcomes speak for themselves. When someone sees the results of hard work, there is no need for justification or self-promotion. What has been accomplished becomes the clearest statement of ability and dedication. Results carry an authority that opinions cannot match. They silence doubts, override excuses, and earn respect without demanding it. By focusing on producing meaningful outcomes rather than seeking constant recognition, you allow your work to become the strongest representation of who you are and what you stand for. True strength doesn't come from announcing what you are going to do. It comes from quietly doing the work and letting the results reveal everything about your dedication. When you choose discipline over display, allow your actions to speak louder than your words. Stay patient through the process, block out unnecessary noise, and focus on building real substance instead of a temporary image. You reach a point where you no longer have to convince anyone of your worth. Your achievements do it for you. In the end, success needs no introduction. It arrives, stands on its own, and speaks in a voice louder than any words ever could.